I'm reporter Ogden Schmaltz. And I'm Nevada Bob. And this is Face Space Mosh Pit. Today's topic, are attention spans getting shorter? Nevada Bob. No.
Welcome to the No Pants Zone. Party you can join at home. Come along and bring your friends. Here the party never ends. Welcome to the No Pants Zone. Never have to feel alone. Go ahead and shake your butt. No one here will give a fuck. Welcome to the No Pants Zone. Welcome to the No Pants Zone. Welcome to the No Pants Zone. Welcome to the No Pants Zone.
My name is Osawatomie John Brown. I'm kidding you. It's the funky Werepig live from the No Pants Zone. Throw those pants in the air like you just don't care. I am so addicted to the good Lord Bird. Have you seen it yet? You really should. Ethan Hawke. Magnificent. Thank you so much for bringing me into your house for Thanksgiving. It's a good day for a comfy shirt. I'm going to wear this thing all weekend. My wife is currently down the hallway in the kitchen. My lady love. And she's working on our Thanksgiving dinner right now. She's taking the moon pies, putting them inside the turkey, just slathering luscious amounts of Zima all over the bird. I'll probably be the only one eating the turkey, but I'm okay with that. So I gave half of my staff $1,000 off for the holiday so they can help her in the kitchen. I'm generous like that. It's a good thing. This is going to be so kick bahookie. I'm excited to get the show on the road. Let me tell you about our guests. Our guest tonight. Some of you are huge fans of his stand-up. Others of you know him as a motivational speaker who shares his stories of living with cerebral palsy. I only know him as the guy who will always owe me $5. My good buddy, Mike Aronin, is with us. And then providing the tunage, the pride of Texas and the king kahuna of the TMV Cafe Network, Austin Forrest, jams out with us. We actually, I'm moving the morning coffee back a little bit until later in the show for good reason. The staff, yeah, I'm going to give you credit. Every single one of you, you guys are brainchilds. I love you. Okay, you want me to read off this to make sure that I give them credit for this? Because this was all their idea. So let me read off this. We're going to spotlight every season a small business. Actually go out, talk to the owner, and see what they have going. And what a better day to start than Thanksgiving. I actually visit a small bakery that I know of about 30 minutes away called the Sugar Rose Bake Shop. Sit down with the owner, and we share our morning coffee as she tells me about her business and all the fun stuff we have. In fact, let me show you a plate full of the baked goods that I snagged for myself. Sugar cookie blossoms, some keto almond joy donuts, a variety of cocoa boobs, and a wicked fudge nut brownie. What'd I say? Cocoa boobs. What's it? It's supposed to be cocoa bombs. Cocoa bombs. Okay. My apologies, everyone. I meant to say cocoa boobs. I am so excited to get this show on the road, and I'm not just a monkey flinging poo. I got to tell you that when we do our Magic Farmers comedy break a little later on, I picked one that's near and dear to my heart. It's one of the Magic Farmer classics that I got to do with two of my favorite people. We came up with the concept that why doesn't the Food Network have a show, a cooking show for stoners? So I got to do it with my bong brother, Billy, who is Skip Novak, and we had a hell of a time. And the artwork is provided by the Herb Man. Can you have a better name than that for a skit like we're doing? So that's coming up, but you smell that? That smells like blueberry, and that can only mean one thing. It wouldn't be a party if we didn't have our musical director, JJ Glamour. JJ, thanks for joining us through Zoom via satellite. How are you, good sir?
Your mama owes me $5.
I couldn't be prouder. JJ, as you know, we're a few shows in, so we're starting to get some fan mail. And some of it's for you, good buddy. So I guess the most popular question we're getting right now is the name JJ. What is your first name?
The first name is Jeffrey.
Ah, very cool. Okay. What does the second J stand for?
The middle name is Jeffrey.
JJ, it is Thanksgiving, and I know you're the creative type. So would you be able to whip up a little song for us, maybe saying something that you're thankful for?
Tinky Winky.
I'm just going to leave that there. So, JJ, one hell of a barnyard bash we got coming up. So if you would, play us out to our Magic Farmer comedy break.
This is a special Thanksgiving song I wrote. I call it Grandmom, It's Me. Stop Shooting.
Subscribe to the Funky Werepig on YouTube and have the laughter and music drop right into your hands. We close out 2020 with Zombie Zach on the Midnight Munchies, another Piggy Prize giveaway, and to play it safe, we wish everyone a very December. Although I'm still unleashing a Kaiju Burlais on humanity. Behold the Magic Farmers Incorporated! Speak, Moo Cow! Speak!
You're not the boss of me!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Food Network welcomes you to Munchies with your hosts, Master Chefs, Full Baked, and Bong Hit.
Hey man, thanks for being here so early in the morning.
Yes, and in other news, I just fell down the stairs and felt nothing.
Tonight we're whipping up something special for Thanksgiving, because nothing says family gathering like inviting our friends Mary and Jane.
Little known fact, if you scrabble the letters in family gathering, it spells horking the tube stick.
Exactly. So this afternoon, we are going to show you how to stuff your turkey like a drug mule. First, you need your turkey. Make sure that the bird is more hollow than like Pauly Shore's head. You shove your hand in there to check, but don't giggle too much because you could come off as like a pervert.
And perverts are disgusting, unless they're female or women.
Next, you need a primo bag of weed. We suggest the 20 to 50 pound variety, depending on the size of your guest list and how much you want to spend time with them.
Couldn't you just cook the turkey in a bong?
Hand out like individual bongs and let everyone partake at their own pace?
Exactly. You wouldn't have to wash up so much silverware afterwards.
Dude, I just got your joke. It spells horking the doomstick.
Yeah. Thank you for your support.
Oh shit. That was the oven, which we forgot the stagehands already put a turkey into so that we would be able to show you the final product like we're some kind of kitchen Houdinis.
You know, if you scramble the letters in Houdini, it spells you do hiney.
Sweet segue. Let's spin the back end of this turkey to the cameras so that you can see what we did here. You will note that we chose to empty a 50-pound bag of weed into our bird.
But won't it all spill out in the cooking process?
Fine observation. That is where the Cool Whip comes in.
I see. It acts like a natural cement when baked.
You know I am. You also notice that we plugged the gaping hole with our final ingredient, Fritos.
Because, as any history expert knows, the Pilgrims shared the first Thanksgiving with the Indians, who invented the Frito.
I was unaware of that fact. Awesome. So you cook your turkey with all these goodies inside at 127 degrees for 9 days. And voila, a succulent dinner, and you are as high as a kite for the week leading up to Thanksgiving.
Join us next week on Munchies when we show you how to build your Christmas gingerbread house out of hemp.
Hey, do you know what the Native American Indian calls a corn maze? They call it a maize maze.
You're funny.
No, you're funny.
No, you're funny.
No, you're funny.
No, you're funny.
You.
You're funny.
And now, my lovely chat with Lee. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with Lee Hartnett. This is Goat Boy.
Oh, sorry. Are we on? I was just reading Legend of Ugly Joe.
Really?
Yeah. It's a damn good read. I can't put it down.
You moved to the other room. In an envelope.
I laughed at the beginning. I'm at the middle. I'm still laughing at the beginning. It's a cracking read. You know? And look, I mean, you can't go wrong with any book that says hugs.
That's right. I'm all about the hugs.
I'm going to put it down now because obviously you want to chat, but
you're going to be okay.
I can't let it go.
Oh, I'm touched.
Let me look it over. Okay. I'll put it down.
It's beautiful. Thank you. From Nightmare Cinema with legendary horror directors Mick Garris, Joe Dante, and David Slade, the trend-setting author of The Vein Cycle and celebrated storyteller from Twilight Zone, Amazing Stories, and This Way to Egress, comes Lawrence C. Conley's interactive theater podcast, A Knavish Piece of Mystery. You, your friends, and family collect the clues through 5 fast-paced episodes, solving the mystery of the Newtown Theater. Lawrence C. Conley's A Knavish Piece of Mystery, presented by the Prime Stage Theater, and now available on Audible through Amazon. Be the master detective without ever leaving your couch.
Give me a G flat. Perfect. Crawled out of the bog and he's eating all the frogs. It's Lonnie, the world's ugliest dog.
If you would like JJ Glamour to write a song to someone you know, then dedicate it and sing it on the Funky Werepig, contact us at monkeyflingingpoo924@gmail.com. Include the person's name and a quote, an inside joke, or message you'd like to hear in JJ's lyrics.
If the song becomes a hit, JJ shares nothing with you. Not a penny.
Dedicate a song at monkeyflingingpoo924@gmail.com.
Yes, this is real. Send me your stuff, like today. This goes out to you, Tawanda. guy got to do to get a cookie? Legally change his name to Tim?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, and others, just check whatever box you want. We accept everybody here, including this guy. My guest tonight is one of the funniest dudes I have known in my entire life. A longtime stand-up comic, motivational speaker, movie star, friend to billions and billions and billions. And he's got a following you wouldn't believe. This guy is just talk groupies. It's grotesque. And on top of it all, he's probably my best friend. And I don't want to say it aloud because his ego is big enough. Ladies and gentlemen, MIKE ARONIN.
Hello, thank you for having me on. People don't know this. I'm actually right next to you right now. We just did 2 different sets.
We spent all day on this. I'm still pissed that you got the bookcase. But again, you've got the clout. I don't.
Well, I call Pat Sajak. That's from Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, is it? Is it back in the good old days of Wheel of Fortune? Where remember they had the showcase and you could actually pick things you like. I'd like the trip to Tahiti, the ceramic pig, and I'll put the rest on the Book of the Month Club. Do you remember that? Or is it just me that's that old?
Yes. Greg, I know you're working hard. Are you also taking drive-through orders for the
the Werepig is nothing if not cutting edge, baby. This is modern technology.
I have not seen those since Radio Shack closed.
I got the last pair.
Yes. I'm surprised you could set this up on your handy computer.
You know the story. I've told the story before. I told our first guest, Adam Ezra, this, and you've been to the house. You know, you're sitting there with the fake bookcase behind you, right in the second half of my office. This whole thing I'm powering this all off of a Commodore 64.
Yes.
There's it's right over there. Right over there is the exercise bike that I make the boys pedal to power power the camera and everything.
Yes.
It's Boy Child 1 and 2, Boy Child 1.0 and 2.0, man. They take turns. They work shifts, 12-hour shifts. I just also want to point out to the audience, this is actual size. That's how much bigger Mike is than me. Look at that head. Look at the melon on that guy.
Yeah.
That's before this, when was the last time that I actually got to see you? When was the last time we hung out?
2.5 years ago, we.
Oh, that soon? Really?
Yeah.
That recent?
Hey, I just gotta tell the story. I love the story about you. You did this to me for years, and you finally told me what you did. We would meet once a year at a restaurant, and you were always late. And you would say, Michael, just grab a table, I'll meet you there.
And you did it every time.
And years after, you told me that you were walking and say to the host, I'm here to meet my ex-wife. She had a sex change. I don't know what she looks like. And then I would yell, Greg, I'm over here. Oh, there she is.
I wouldn't even say sex change. I'd let them freak out because I would say, yeah, I'm running late. I'm supposed to be meeting my ex-wife. I haven't seen her in a while. She had some work done, so I might not recognize her. And I just left it at that. And you would always, almost on cue, wave to me and I go, oh, that's her. Okay, thanks. I got it.
Yeah.
Watch the poor hostess go.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. We got to meet for lunch again soon.
When you did stand up way back, would you go with comics to Denny's at 2 a.m. and just hang out?
Dude, there is nothing And everyone thinks that hanging out with comics is hysterical. Oh, 6 of you together must be hilarious. At least not in my experience. It was like, I was lucky enough that when I was doing stand-up, I lived in Detroit at the time. I'll show you the bullet holes later. They're pretty cool. I lived in Detroit at the time, and I still got a chalk outline on the floor. And I keep going, folks, all night. Is this mic on? But we would all meet at a Denny's or whatever, although they still refuse to be an official sponsor of the show. So I'll say a place of meeting until they pony up. But there'd be like 10 of us, and we all talked about what kind of crowd we had that night, all the other stuff. And then, they talk about certain club owners. Oh, I hate that guy. I'd never work for him. Oh, yeah? Yeah? Well, I mean, I'm working for him next week, but after that, that's it. Those were comics. But yeah, you'd sit at the table, and everyone would just bitch, until somebody said something funny. And tell me if this is true. Until somebody said something funny, and then everybody would take out their notebooks and go. And I'll be damned if you didn't hear that joke next open mic night. Every one of them would do it.
In Baltimore once, when I started, I had like 3 really tight buddies, and we would go out after an open mic. And one time we went to Pizza Uno's in the harbor, because we were right downtown, and we're waiting for our table. The hostess is somewhere else, and another couple walks in behind us like a couple minutes after. My comic buddy jumps behind the hostess's stand, asks the couple how many they have. He grabs 2 menus and he seats them.
I've seen you do the same thing. I've been to dinner with you where you have seen a couple sat at a table, and I've seen you walk over and get the water pitcher.
Yeah.
And walk over to them, and you're not the most graceful dude.
No.
And you walk over and you grab their glasses and you're like, I'm the owner. How's your meal been? Can I pour you some? And you just see them trying to be really polite going, no, we're good with the water. No, I insist. I
think I waterboarded that guy. I do.
He confessed to everything.
Yes. I'm doing a one-nighter on a Saturday night in a Mexican restaurant in Leesburg, Virginia. And the headliner was a guy named Roger Mersick. And Roger Mersick, very funny, he thought he knew everything about stand-up. So before the show, and I had known him for a while, he's like giving me shit about my act. Like I should do this, I should drop this joke, I shouldn't say this way. And I looked right at him and I said, Roger, it's Saturday night. We're both working the same Mexican restaurant. Chill out. And he got it. It was my nice way of saying, take it.
We're both working the same Mexican restaurant, dude. Oh, that's funny. All the nacho chips you can eat.
Yeah. I love when the club brags about themselves and then you get there and it sucks and they're like, oh man, we don't know what happened last weekend. It was packed. I was always at the club and it was so much better the week before or 2 weeks before, but not when I'm there. Have you had that?
You miss it by a week, every time. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
But
And then they hand you a flyer. And
Yeah.
you go, I'm already here and I'm the act. I don't need a flyer.
Greg and I did a gig in Alabama, and we flew, and Greg on that flight joined the Mile High Club. But what was really sad is he made me inflator, and that was really hard to do. So I had to inflate her, shove her in the bathroom, and then Greg went in the bathroom.
Yeah, it was a lot of squeaking going on. A lot of squeaking, baby. So it was worth it. I just wanted to be part of the club, and it was the easiest way I could figure out how to do it. So you were too busy signing autographs. You were too busy signing damn autographs everywhere we go. This is a true story. This is what I have to deal with this guy. First off, we're in the damn restaurant, and the waitress comes up. It's like an airport restaurant, and comes up and comes over to take our order and does a double take, and looks at Mike and goes, "Oh my God, yeah, it's you." And he's like, he's being humble, just like nodding or whatever. She's like, "I love your comedy. Oh my God, I love your stuff." And I'm sitting there going, I did comedy too. Shh. No, where are you going? What are you doing? Can you sign this napkin? You know, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I have to deal with. Then after I'm already brooding because the ego's hurt, we get on the plane. This is hand to God stuff that I have to deal with this guy. We get on the plane, and the stewardess comes up, flight attendant comes up, and I'm here, Mike's next to me, and she hands me this napkin that's folded up and says, "Can you give this to him, please?" I go, "Give it to him." He opens it up. There's a woman in the very back row that has written on the napkin, "Are you Michael Aronin? I love your act." You know, little hearts, the whole bit. On a freaking napkin, she had the flight attendant bring up to give to Mike. And he's turning around waving like he's the freaking queen. Hi, hi. She's swooning in the back. Second person in an hour. I know you've hung out with Kevin James and Louis Anderson. You did a movie called Special Unit, which it's cutting edge. It is funny as hell. You were brilliant in it. I've never seen it, but that's what you wrote here. But that was Chris Titus, your buddy Chris Titus, that got that whole movie together. And who is the director?
Oh, well, Chris directed the movie, but 10 years before the movie, we shot the pilot for Comedy Central, and that's the one that Bryan Cranston directed. And it was neat. The main cast, it was 5 of us, had 4 days before we got on set. It was just the 5 of us and Bryan Cranston rehearsing. And this was like a couple years before Breaking Bad. So he was known for Malcolm, and he was known, but nowhere near as he is today. And then he directed the pilot, and man, I learned so much from him, and just such a nice guy, so down to earth. He's brilliant, he's classy, and there's some people when they get fame and you know them, you're just happy for them because you know what a good person they are and how hard they work and how they deserve everything that they have achieved.
There's two parts to what you just said that I think explain everything about you. The fact that you're so damn gracious that you worked with Bryan Cranston, the Bryan Cranston, I mean, who is one of our best actors ever. And not once did you point out the fact that he was nobody when you worked with him. And after you worked with him, he gets Breaking Bad and becomes Bryan Cranston. You're so humble, Mike. You are so humble that you didn't even point that out. And you don't think he knows that? You don't think Bryan Cranston's sitting there going, well, if you asked me what changed my entire life around and launched my career, it was working with MIKE ARONIN that one time. You don't think he knows that? The second part that I love about you, and this really equally explains you, apparently the hell with Chris Titus. You didn't say a damn thing about Chris Titus. It's Chris Titus. He's like, let me tell you about Bryan Cranston. He's genuine. He's a gentleman. Some people get famous and you're so happy for them.
Yes.
Never mention Chris Titus at all.
Who?
That's Mike will praise you. Mike will love you, but equally so, he will cut you. He will cut you.
Greg, let me ask you this, and
by the way, I want to point out this cup has been empty the whole time. I'm just working on my mime skills.
Today, not COVID, and I'm being serious. Who would you pay to go see stand-up wise?
See, this is one of those questions because I guess it's a sick kind of whatever. My first question is dead or alive?
Alive.
Alive. Because it would have been hilarious to hear what Carlin has to say about these times.
Yeah.
That would have been a gift. That would have been a gift. Oh, geez. Who would I hear? I think when it comes to days like these, I do like people with a political edge to them. So like a Lewis Black.
Yeah.
I've seen Lewis Black probably a half dozen times in concert and I've been lucky enough to meet him. Dude's just funny and biting and has his own style, so Lewis Black makes me laugh. Got to go with guys like Chris Rock. Chris Rock has a fantastic perception of reality and comedy. And then, as always, Gallagher. Watermelon squishins.
Although he doesn't do this, or may I take another spin on something? If I could sit down and talk to any comic right now, it would definitely be Steve Martin. Because he's a guy that stand-up acting, touring, playing banjo. He has just had such a wonderful career. And I remember being in high school listening to his album over and over and over and always laughing at it. There was an album and he paused and out of nowhere he just started singing, "Grandpa brought a rubber." And yeah. I would just lose it every time.
Yeah, and then just move on like nothing happened.
Yeah, like nothing.
Yeah, he was. He's a guy, and I've never, I don't know much about him other than what we've all seen. He just seems like a guy who is naturally funny.
Yes.
And you know what I'm talking about. There are
Yeah.
comics that are funny for the hour they're on stage.
Right.
But there are guys who are just naturally freaking funny. You sit in a room with them and you're crying. And it doesn't matter whether you're at just a backyard barbecue or whether, you know, you're at the best A club in the world.
Right.
If it's a, you know, HBO Showtime special, it doesn't matter. They could be just driving with you to work. They got you crying. I love those guys. You're one of those guys.
Thank you. You know, I've had a good career, and it's nowhere near over yet. And that's what I love about this business is you never know what is down the road, and just never give up. And I keep creating. I came up with an idea and I shot it a couple of days ago. There's, you know, Josh Blue, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. He was America's Got Talent or something like that.
No, he won Last Comic Standing.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And I know him and came up with this idea, and now we shot it and we're editing it. Josh and I are on a Skype call and we're talking, but we cannot understand a word each other is saying.
For those of you who don't know, Josh also has cerebral palsy.
Yeah, and the call ends, and I'm like, Josh, I gotta go, be well. And he's like, you too, go to hell. And it was just so funny. And I just thought, I mean, come on, we're in the age of PC. So if you and I did that and you made fun of my diction, it would be like, you know, lawsuits everywhere. But I thought two comics with the same disability mocking each other is funny as hell. But I will never stop doing stand-up, and you know this with stand-up, you never know what's going to happen. I've been doing shows 28 years. I've never had two shows exactly alike. Each audience brings their own energy, and that's what I feed off of. My philosophy when I'm on stage doing a show is this is your show. This is not my show. This is, you guys paid to be here. This is your show. And I know a lot of comics who are ego driven and they're like, oh, I'm a comic, it's my show. And I just think when you take the stage with that attitude, it's a whole different mindset. And I think the audience can sense who's genuine and who's not as a comic. I really think people can sense that I'm comfortable with me and with who I am, and that relaxes them. I love when I try to talk to someone in the audience and they're drunk, and then I say to the crowd, who's harder to understand, me or this guy? And the whole crowd loses it. It's fun.
Well, again, one of the things that you do is immediately let everybody know we're all the same. We might come in different shapes and sizes and whatever, but we're all exactly the same. And you get it through laughter.
I gotta get in this one last story. Do you know a comic named Rich Voss?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the mid-90s, Rich and I are in Allentown. And again, we were friendly, you know. And I found this hilarious. He was on stage and between jokes, and you know, there's a lull, like, you know, like a roller coaster, laugh, laugh, laugh.
Yep.
And so there's a lull, and he says, folks, I'm so lonely. I'm going to ask Michael to get change out of my pocket. And I was in the back dying.
Well, buddy, thank you so much for being on the show. And here's the coolest part. Here's the coolest part. Like I said, we could talk for the rest of the evening, and probably will after I sign off. We'll probably when I come back on with my December show, it'll begin with us still talking, because that's just how we roll. But
you're gonna be canceled after this show.
Yeah, who am I fooling? Who am I fooling? This is it. Hey, honey, I got the rest of the year off, and probably longer. So, but no, I appreciate it, and just to give people forewarning, especially with this new format, you will always be the Don Rickles to my Johnny Carson. Now, there's a lot of people hitting Google searches right now. Who? But you get used to seeing this face, ladies and gentlemen, because he's going to come back again and again and again. Mike, you're like my favorite rash.
Thank you.
I mean that. So, love you, buddy. We're out of here. And
bada bing.
Bada boom.
Bye.
Are you ready, piggy petters? Then let's put the needle to the record.
Somewhere I got off the road. I lost my direction and I lost my load. But now they said I feel alright. I wake up in the morning and sleep well at night. And I have finally found a home. Though I thought my heart would probably forever roam, I finally have a place that I can call my own. I finally found a home. I got deep pockets, but they're empty and are full of holes. But my bills are paid and there's a little something in my bowl. I'm grateful, yeah, for all I have. And I ain't trying to rope no golden calf. And I have finally found a home. Though I thought my heart would probably forever roam, I finally have a place that I can call my own. Yes, I finally found a home. the road. I lost my direction and I lost my load. But nowadays said I feel alright. I wake up in the morning and sleep well at night. 'Cause I have finally found a home. Though I thought my heart would probably forever roam. Finally have a place that I can call my own. I finally found a home. Finally found a home. Got a place to call my own. I found a home.
Want the best in indie music? Head on over to tmvcafe.com and tell them the Werepig said, "Alright, baby." Oh, my milkshake's bringing all the boys to the yard, but I have to charge you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here live in what the kids today call the Sugar Rose Bakery. Crystal, welcome to the morning coffee. This is the morning coffee. Oh, look at you. You've come prepared.
Well, you said coffee.
Well, yeah. We're actually doing the morning coffee a little later than we do in the show because I have no concept of space nor time. So I'm too busy thinking to be thinking. So Sugar Rose Bakery. I like people who help me out and also teach me along the way, help me expand my consciousness. And you kept saying everything that I was pointing at was keto, which I mistook for the Latin word for kale. And I didn't want no kale. I'm not going to eat kale. But you had to talk me down off the ledge and let me know it's all good. It's all good. Keto is healthy, but it doesn't necessarily have kale in it.
Yeah, I mean, I do sneak it in there every once in a while. But
that's not funny. That's not even funny. That's some major award stuff. I mean, you've only been around for a year. Clipper magazine is a pretty big deal. And where'd you put the thing? Over here? Is this it? Okay. You better not punk me. It says on here, Clipper magazine, this was from the 2020 readers poll. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And so the people vote on this, right?
Do. Not just me. The people.
Not just you. Not just you. You won Best Bakery, Best Cupcake, and Best Dessert.
I did. And I got second place for whoopie pie and third place for caterer.
I'd almost brag about the whoopie pie. That's almost, it's not a moon pie. Not quite a moon pie.
Oh, not a moon pie, but
a whoopie pie is a pretty big deal, man. That's cool. So to get the best bakery overall, that rules. Best cupcake. Well, you're a bakery. You got to have cupcakes. What was the dessert? What was the dessert that did it?
Oh gosh, I mean, they don't really tell me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have no idea. But if I had to guess, it'd probably be our triple fudge brownies. Those are my husband's favorite.
Oh, you're just so evil.
They have your own special label and everything, so.
They do. Oh, wait. I think I have that somewhere. Oh, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this. Okay. Now I can't read it though because I'm old. These are actual ingredients that were left on. Let me see. If I hold it like that.
There, it's clear.
There. Yeah, there you go. You'll see things like, all the normal stuff. The almond joy milk, the almond milk, the coconut. And then as you get down, it says kale in capital letters with a question mark. And then the tears of my enemies, talking in third person.
I mean, you got to have those preventative vitamins.
This is what I have to deal with. The locals there I have talked to say that there is a creature that haunts, so to speak, around your part of that small town, and it's known as Big Mango.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen him in the dumpster.
No, in all seriousness, I mean, I've heard the legend of Big Mango. That's what I've always heard about. Have you personally seen Big Mango?
I have one time. There was a sighting. It was very disturbing.
You've seen Big Mango, so
Yeah.
you can verify that this creature, that it exists.
I can.
All right.
Ness, Big Mango is real.
Big Mango is real. You guys ought to do like the Loch Ness Monster or something, or what they do at Area 51 where they put up the little aliens out front. You should put a Big Mango out front and publicize that, you know, that red line or whatever is the home of Big Mango. So
He wears some pretty questionable clothing sometimes, though.
well, yeah, with a name like Big Mango, I half expect it. So we will. I'm going to do some research. I'm going to talk to people who know people and see if I can at least dig up a picture of this thing.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a picture, but I bet you could find one. Somebody has to have taken a picture.
Somebody has to. Do you have a website?
I do. It is sugarrosesweets.com.
Sugarrosesweets.com. That's easy. So if I get on the internets and I hit your website, I can order something from there?
You can, right online. You can even do your pre-ordering for the holidays online there.
That is
and
so
all
cool.
Nutrition information for keto stuff is on our website as well.
Thank you once again. Good luck with the holidays coming up, and just keep kicking bahookie.
I will try. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
All right. Have a good day.
Like a clock on a wall said ding ding dong, it's time to check the monkey clock. You know, the batteries in the monkey clock died long ago, so when I look up and I see that the time is 10 after 12, that is the correct time. Because one does not argue with monkey clock.
Roinks and hugs to our guests tonight, MIKE ARONIN, Austin Forrest with the music. Austin, next time you got to come on the show. I miss our conversations, dude. And of course, Big Mango. High five and disco hip bumps to the Magic Farmers Incorporated, Zombie Zach, Goat Boy, Ivan November / Malone, President James K. Polk, McCoy, the Magical Herb Man, and Brother Billy Bong. Coming up in December, we add the Wang to the Chung with yet another piggy prize. Zombie Zach brings us more Midnight Munchies, and we land right on a holiday again. Our big show, Barnyard Bash, lands on Christmas Eve. I'm going to come stuff your stocking. There's no way that sounded right.
Always watching.
Aronin's still here? Call him an Uber or something, please. No, it's been 3 weeks. I know. You know what we should do? I should have a raffle and have win a dream date with MIKE ARONIN. Then he can bring his luggage. Thanks for having us over for your Thanksgiving get-together, Piggy Petters. If you haven't tossed those pants in the air yet, there's still time. Let's put the needle to the record. And JJ, if you would, play us out and make it something funky.
one to judge anyone. Ass face.